She was 14 years old. She rode a bicycle. And she killed Nazis. This is the true story of Freddy Oversteegen, the Dutch schoolgirl the Third Reich never saw coming. 1943. Nazi Germany has swallowed the Netherlands whole. German soldiers patrol the streets. Officers laugh in cafes, confident and comfortable. They believe they've won. The Netherlands feels broken. Hopeless. But not to one girl. Frederika Freddy Oversteegen grew up in a home that refused to be silent. Her mother sheltered Jewish refugees. She taught her daughters that injustice demanded a response. So when Dutch resistance fighters knocked on their door and asked if Freddy and her sister Truus could help, their mother said yes. Freddy was 14 years old. She wasn't afraid. She was ready. At first, the work seemed ordinary, delivering messages, smuggling weapons across checkpoints in her bicycle basket. But ordinary didn't last long. Freddy and Truus developed a method. Was as elegant as it was deadly. They would approach German officers, smile, flirt, act the part of curious, friendly Dutch girls. The soldiers, arrogant and unsuspecting, followed willingly. Into the woods. Where the resistance was waiting. Where they were. Freddy also helped blow up bridges. She sabotaged railway lines used to transport Jewish families to concentration camps. Every act of sabotage was a life saved. Or avenged. She didn't fight alone. Her sister Truus stood beside her through every operation. And then came Hannie Schaft, a fiery redhead the Nazis would come to fear so deeply they called her the girl with the red hair. 3 women. 3 teenagers. Operating in the heart of occupied Holland, under the noses of an entire Nazi regime. And the Nazis never once suspected them. The war ended in 1945. Freddy survived. Truus survived. Hannie Schaft was not so lucky. She was captured and executed just weeks before liberation. For decades after the war, journalists and historians hunted for one answer. How many Nazis did you kill, Freddy? She never told them. Not from shame. Not from guilt. But because, as she said herself, that is not something to be proud of. She had done what was necessary. And she carried it quietly, the way only someone who truly understands the weight of war ever can. In 2014, over 70 years after the war, the Dutch government finally awarded Freddy the Mobilicity Oorlogskruis, a military honor for her service. She was 90 years old. She passed away in 2018. But her story doesn't belong to the past. It belongs to every generation that needs to be reminded that courage doesn't have an age requirement. A girl with braids and a bicycle basket once changed the course of history. And no one ever saw her coming. If this story moved you, hit subscribe. We cover the untold stories of World War II every week. Drop a comment below. Which resistance fighter should we cover next?